Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive with us. Today we're taking a closer look at ChatGPT's Canvas feature.
Oh, yeah, Canvas.
We're going to figure out what it is, how it works, and most importantly,
Why you should care.
exactly. To do that, we've got some great information straight from the source.
OpenAI themselves.
Yeah, their help center and this really informative document they put out.
We'll be diving into all of that.
We're going to unpack how Canvas is way more than just for text.
How it can even build mini apps.
Whoa, hold on.
It's true.
Mini apps. We'll get there, I promise.
Okay.
We'll also cover how ChatGPT is getting better at knowing when to use Canvas.
And even how you can use version history to basically time travel.
Ooh, I like that.
Through your project edits.
I'm already intrigued. So,
It's pretty cool stuff.
before we get ahead of ourselves, what exactly is Canvas?
Well, think of it this way. It takes ChatGPT to a whole new level.
Okay, how so?
It's not just about spitting out text or code anymore.
Right.
It's like having a partner in the creative process.
Okay, so to put it simply, what would you say Canvas is?
It's like having a digital whiteboard
Okay.
right there in ChatGPT, where you and ChatGPT can work together.
So you're saying ChatGPT can finally see what I'm working on.
That's it. It's not just looking at individual prompts anymore.
Instead, it understands the whole project.
The big picture. Exactly. And that's where contextual understanding comes in.
Okay, so give me an example of how that works.
Let's say you're writing a story about a knight in shining armor. Without Canvas, ChatGPT might suggest you add a spaceship.
Uh-huh. That would be pretty random.
Right. But with Canvas, it gets the theme you're going for, like medieval times.
So it's offering up suggestions that actually make sense.
Exactly. It's really pretty amazing.
It really is. So how do we actually get into this Canvas wonderland?
There are a few different ways to open it up.
Okay.
ChatGPT is getting pretty good at recognizing when a task needs Canvas.
Oh, you mean like if I'm working on something big and complex?
Exactly, like a huge essay or a complicated coding project.
So I might just open Canvas automatically.
Yeah, like it can read your mind.
Uh-huh. That's cool. So I can open on its own or...
You can also just ask ChatGPT to open Canvas directly.
Oh, that's straightforward.
Or if you've already got some content, you can paste it in and you'll see a shortcut to open it in Canvas.
Nice. So multiple ways to get there. And I hear Canvas isn't just for GPT-4 anymore.
You heard right. It now works with OpenAI's O1 model.
Which is...
Even more powerful.
Wow. So once we're in Canvas, what can we actually do with it?
Well, a lot. But for starters, it's really great for writing.
Yeah, I've heard that. So what kinds of things can it do?
It's got all these shortcuts that make writing so much easier.
Like what?
Well, you can adjust the length of your text, change the reading level, even add emojis.
Emojis?
Yep.
But those are more like formatting things.
True, but one of the most useful features is being able to get suggestions for edits.
Oh, so it's like having a built-in editor right in Canvas.
Exactly. Think of it like having a world-class editor analyzing your work, giving you feedback all in the same space.
So it's not just about catching typos.
No, it can actually understand what you're trying to say.
And help me say it better.
Exactly. It can suggest different ways to phrase things, point out where you could be clearer.
So it basically helps me polish my writing.
Exactly. And you can edit the text directly in Canvas.
So it's a truly interactive workspace.
Yep. It's not just for writers, though.
Really?
Canvas can also handle code, which is a game changer for coders.
Ooh. Okay. Tell me more. I'm always looking for ways to make coding easier.
So it's not just about looking at code. Canvas provides shortcuts for things like debugging,
Okay.
adding comments to your code,
Right.
even fixing those pesky little bugs.
I hate those.
And get this, you can even translate your code into different programming languages.
Seriously, that sounds incredibly useful.
It's like having a Swiss Army knife for coding.
I think you mentioned something earlier about being able to run code in Canvas
You're right. It can actually execute Python code.
directly in the browser.
Yep, right there in the browser.
Now that is super practical.
It really is.
You mentioned mini apps earlier. Does that tie into the coding side of things?
It absolutely does. This is where things get really exciting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Canvas can now render React and HTML code.
So that means you can create...
Interactive web elements right inside ChatGPT.
Hold on. So we're talking about building like mini websites within ChatGPT.
You got it.
Wow, my mind is officially blown.
It opens up so many possibilities.
But before we get too carried away with all the amazing things we could build, I have a question.
Sure.
Is all of this safe? I mean, is it safe to run code and build things within ChatGPT?
That's a great question, and OpenAI has clearly thought about this a lot.
Okay, good.
The code actually runs in a special sandbox environment.
A sandbox. Can you explain that in simple terms?
Imagine a separate little space within ChatGPT.
Okay.
It's like a virtual playground where you can test things out without affecting anything important.
So my computer and ChatGPT are safe.
Exactly. It keeps everything contained and secure. And OpenAI has also been transparent about how data is handled within Canvas.
Transparency is good. So it sounds like they're serious about security and privacy.
Very much so.
Okay, so we've established that Canvas is great for individual projects,
Yes.
but can you also use it to collaborate with others?
You can. That's one of the newest features of Canvas.
Really?
You can actually share your Canvas projects with other people.
Wow, so imagine working on a writing project with a colleague, and we can both see the edits happening live.
That's exactly it.
Or what about sharing code with another developer and getting feedback?
That's like having a coding buddy right there with you.
I love that. Okay, so it sounds like the collaborative potential is huge,
It is.
but wait, there's more.
Right? There is. OpenAI's gone even further.
Tell me.
They've made it possible for developers to integrate Canvas into their own custom GPTs.
Wow, so you're saying that developers can actually build Canvas functionality into their own GPTs?
Exactly.
Okay, my head is spinning with all the possibilities. But before we get too carried away dreaming about the future,
Good idea.
let's take a minute to recap what we've learned so far.
Right.
So we've established that Canvas is more than just a cool feature,
It's like a whole new way of working with ChatGPT.
a new dimension of interaction and collaboration.
And they've really put a lot of thought into functionality and security.
For sure. So listeners, if you're at all interested in Canvas, I highly recommend checking it out.
You won't be disappointed.
We've only scratched the surface of what it can do.
There's so much more to discover.
So buckle up, because in part 2, we're diving even deeper into the world of Canvas and all its potential. See you there. Welcome back to our deep dive on ChatGPT's Canvas. It's wild, right? ChatGPT can actually understand what you're working on.
I know. It's not just responding to each prompt in isolation anymore. It sees the big picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like we were saying earlier, imagine writing a story about a knight. Without Canvas, ChatGPT might suggest something totally random like,
A spaceship.
haha, right. But with Canvas, it understands the whole medieval theme.
And it makes suggestions that actually fit the story.
That's what's so cool about this whole contextual understanding thing.
It is. It really is the foundation for a lot of Canvas's features.
Like that suggest edits feature we talked about.
Right. Instead of just pointing out typos or grammar errors, it can analyze your writing on a deeper level.
It can understand the flow of ideas
The tone of your writing, even.
and the overall message you're trying to get across,
It's like having a writing coach in ChatGPT.
helping you refine your arguments and make your points clearer.
Exactly. And making your writing more engaging and persuasive.
And this contextual understanding isn't just limited to writing.
Nope. It applies to coding, too.
Remember how we talked about debugging code, adding comments, and even translating code into different languages?
All of that is powered by ChatGPT's ability to understand what your code is actually doing.
It's not just blindly following rules.
Right.
Yeah.
It's understanding the logic of your code and the relationships between different parts of the program.
So it can make intelligent suggestions based on that understanding.
Exactly. It's like having a coding mentor who can guide you and help you improve.
Before we move on, I want to touch on the version history aspect.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool one.
It's like having a time machine for your work.
Haha, I love that. Being able to see how your project has changed over time is incredibly valuable.
You can go back and see earlier drafts, rewind edits.
You can even compare different versions side by side.
I can't tell you how many times I've wished I could go back to a previous version of something.
It happens all the time. And sometimes those earlier versions can actually spark new ideas.
They can give you a fresh perspective on your work.
It's a great tool for experimentation.
Speaking of experimentation, remember how we talked about the collaborative side of Canvas?
Being able to share your projects with others.
It opens up so many possibilities for teamwork.
Imagine working on a project with a colleague, and you can both see edits in real time.
Or sharing code with another developer and getting instant feedback.
It's like having a virtual brainstorming session.
Or a coding pair programming session.
The possibilities are endless.
And don't forget about security. OpenAI has been very transparent about how they handle data within Canvas,
And they've taken steps to make sure everything happens in a safe and controlled environment.
like that sandbox environment for code execution.
It isolates your code so it can't access any sensitive information.
So you can experiment without worrying about breaking anything.
It's like having a safety net while you explore new ideas.
So we've seen how Canvas enhances ChatGPT's contextual understanding, helps both writers and coders.
And makes collaboration and experimentation easier and safer.
But we're not done yet. Remember those mini apps we touched on earlier?
Oh yeah. Get ready for part 3 because that's where we're going to dive deep into the world of mini apps.
And explore all the incredible things you can create with Canvas. It's going to be mind-blowing. All right, welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into Canvas. And
Mini apps.
yeah, those mini apps. Remember we've talked about how Canvas lets you build interactive web elements right inside of ChatGPT?
Right, and that alone is already super cool.
It is. It's like ChatGPT has become a whole application development platform.
Yeah, and that's where things get really exciting.
I know. The possibilities are pretty mind-boggling.
They really are.
Think about all the different types of mini apps that people could build.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could see interactive learning tools, personalized dashboards, even games.
All within ChatGPT.
Yeah. Imagine having a mini app that helps you visualize data for a research paper.
Or a code snippet that runs a simulation for a coding project.
And all of this powered by ChatGPT's language models.
That's right, so they can be super sophisticated and responsive.
Imagine a language learning app that adapts to how you learn best.
Or a financial planning tool that actually gets your financial goals.
Wow.
It's like having a personal tutor or a financial advisor right there in ChatGPT.
And the best part is,
As more developers start using Canvas.
we're only going to see even more creative and innovative apps.
Oh, for sure. It's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
You know, it's really encouraging that OpenAI is embracing this whole experimentation thing.
Yeah, they're giving users the tools to become creators themselves.
It's not just about making ChatGPT more powerful
Right. It's about making it more accessible.
and fun for everyone.
Whether you're a student, a teacher,
A business professional?
or just a tech enthusiast.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Canvas, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
If you're even a little bit curious about Canvas, go check it out.
You really should.
You don't need to be coding wins to use it.
Nope, not at all.
Canvas has something for everyone.
Anyone can benefit from it.
So go out there and create. Who knows what amazing things you'll discover.
I can't wait to see what people come up with.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into ChatGPT's Canvas.
It's been fun.
And until next time, keep exploring.